One thing I will tell you about Florida prison is it doesn't matter if you're inside for a year, 5 years, 20 years, or a life sentence. You all are thrown in there together. For this video here, I'm going to be answering a lot of people's questions by letting y'all know what it's like doing time with a lifer. So y'all sit back, get your popcorn ready, and I hope you enjoy this real spill. Let's do it. Same time of the week, better be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here, cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I run up in your room, put my shank in your neck, swear to God I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut break for my dogs. Putting on for east side, David, this K-fraud, it's a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tune you get there's a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, on care but you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip, getting tighter with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K-Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel. Before I get into this video, I want to tell everybody straight up, I hope y'all had a good Merry Christmas, y'all. The end of the year is coming. 2023 holds newer things. And I can't wait to see what it has in store for me. I hope y'all feel the same about yourselves. Alright, now for this video here, we're going to be talking about what it's like doing time with a lifer. I don't know how it is in all other places around the world, but I can speak for Florida. And like I told y'all in the intro, we're thrown in there all together, okay? It doesn't matter if you got a small sentence, a medium sentence, or a large sentence, or a never-ending sentence. You will be thrown in there around these same individuals. The only difference that it may occur inside of certain prisons is whether they have a life path program or not. Even if they have life path, though, doesn't mean all lifers will be in there, though. You see what I'm saying? You might land on some institutions to where only the more fortunate, the more welcome, the better of an inmate, or the less problem-making lifers, you know, can go to life path. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody's just going to go there because they're a lifer, you see? Now, as far as the way it is doing time with a lifer, in Florida, you're not even going to really notice the difference, okay? Like, you could really be in the cell with somebody who goes home in 2 days and you won't even know it, just like you could be in the cell with somebody who's never ever getting out. You see? Because it isn't just because everybody's thrown together, but it's the fact that not everybody tells you how long they have. You feel me? And it's kind of hard. You can't just always judge a book by its cover. You feel me? You can't just go off of how he looks, how he carries himself, what his ID may say, his digits, like his numbers and shit for his DC number, or none of that. You never really know until people tell you, you know? And then even though people tell you things, there's rumors, there's lies. You get what I'm saying? There was rumors going around when I was in prison that I had 15 years in prison. You see what I'm saying? All because one person was joking, like, man, Fraud don't be talking about it, but man, he got 15, dog. My dog get out in 15 years. And I was like, man, he capped, man. I don't get out in no 15 years. You know, but, and somebody on the outside heard that and just word traveled. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy that it's like that, but that's how it is. You see what I'm saying? But as far as like who carries theirself more, like more dangerous, or who's more like responsible or more respectful out of, you know, short timers or people with life, what do you think? What would you think? Do you think somebody that is short timer, or somebody with a medium sentence, you know, 10, 15, or somebody with a life sentence? Who do you think carries herself more violently, more respectful? You know what I'm saying? Who's got respect for others? Do you think it's the short timers, or do you think it's the people with life? I'm going to tell you this, it's both. You see what I'm saying? I've met lifers that didn't take no shit. Ones that didn't play around at all. And when people would be around them, they wouldn't joke. They wouldn't take shit like friendly or none of that, because that's their home. They're there forever, you understand? Unless they find a loophole, you know, inside of their system, you know, inside of their case, and they, you know, win their appeal, or under or over the fence. Those are the only other ways. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you would figure that lifers take it more serious, which some of them do, you know. I think it should be that way. You know what I'm saying? I think that
a short timer should have more respect for a lifer, you understand, than the way it actually is inside of prison, from the experience of what I've seen, you know. But not all lifers care about that either, you see. You got some lifers that are wild, you know, that don't care, and they run around with the short timers, get in the shit with the short timers, you know, and will stab people, start fights, steal from people, you know, and carry themselves like a knucklehead, like people who literally only have like a year left, you feel me, would. And then you got some lifers that don't do that. Some lifers that take that shit for real and can't stand short timers. They feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows the one thing that a lifer or somebody with a long bid or somebody who goes home longer than you got hates to hear is when you're getting out. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody wants to get that thrown in their face over and over again about you bragging that you go home soon. You feel me? You bragging, oh, you getting out soon. You can't wait when you hit these streets. Definitely a lifer ain't gonna want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen lifers that were knuckleheads that carried themselves like the short timers and would disrespect everybody, including other lifers. And then I've seen short timers that would do the same thing, that would disrespect lifers. They didn't give a damn. I look at it like, if I was doing life, okay, if I was somebody with a life sentence, I look at how would I carry myself. Would I be a knucklehead like I was in there during my short bid, or would I take it more serious? You feel me? And the way prisons ran, you know, everybody's got that chest out. You know, everybody wants to act like they're the big dog, or everything they do, they want to make sure what they do is not, you know, looking like they're weak. You feel me? So everybody feels like they're being tried even when they're not being tried. So you'll have a lot of short timers that will intentionally do something because they feel like others are going to look at it like, oh, well, you know, that lifer is going to feel some type of way, dog. You acting like that. Man, I don't care. Fuck, bro. Fuck that lifer, bro. You feel me? And they want to act like they're big and bad until a lifer tries to kill them for real. Not just beat them up. Until they want to end their life. You feel me? But me personally, if I was a lifer, the way I would try to carry myself is, it's easier said than done. I'm going to be honest with you. I ain't going to sit here and say, yeah, I'd just be wild the whole bid. You know what I'm saying? Like I was when I was in there this time. And I'm also not going to say, oh, yeah, bro, I would be more head on, no play, just dead ass. Anybody that disrespects me, you know, I'm going to just take it more serious and just stick to myself. You know, I can't say either of those. You know, I'm in my 30s now, you know. So I feel like if I had a life sentence, I'm pretty sure the beginning of my bid, you know, I'd have some knucklehead still in me. You see what I'm saying? I'd literally would have that knucklehead mindset to where I'd still be doing some dumb shit. You feel me? For a while, you know, and because you think about it, I feel like if you're a lifer and you're going to be there in the long run, I mean, and you got the long haul ahead of you, I don't believe people are going to just respect you because you got a bigger bid than them, a longer sentence. So you still got to earn that respect, you understand? And why not earn it in the beginning of your bid, you know? There's only so many prisons they can send you to. Your name travels, you feel me? Your name travels just like the wind. So if you go in, you know, your first 10 years, you're still, you know, actively like on that dumb shit and just living how you normally would. Like, don't expand your true you, though. Don't try to act like somebody you're not. You know, if you just go in there and you do your time the way it is and you feel me? Eventually, word's gonna travel, man. There's only so many camps before everybody knows who you are when you land on that pound. You feel me? No matter where you go, somebody's gonna know of you and heard of you from some knucklehead shit you did. You feel what I'm saying? And then around the time when you're ready to fall back and settle down with, you know, this is what it is. This is my life. This is where I live. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with the dumb shit. After you done been through enough wars, riots, stabbing situations, like on both sides of the knife, or fights, or stealing, or robbing, or getting stolen from. After you've had enough of all that shit, then you decide to, you know, boom. It's more, you know, expecting and explainable. That's what I would do. So I would probably get all my knucklehead shit out in the beginning, you know, because you got to earn that name. You feel me? Because even with the earned name, people still will try to steal from you, still try you, insult you, So it isn't like you doing all this is going to just make you in the clear for the rest of your life while you're serving this life sentence. People are still going to try you and still test you and everything. You understand? It's not like it's just going to go away because you put in that work. No. But it'll help. You know what I'm saying? Because people will know that you're on that shit if it comes down to it. You feel me? And a lot of people feel like, oh, just because they got that elbow, that life sentence, that off rip people are going to respect them. Or a lot of people who ain't been to prison may think that a lifer off rip carries herself different and don't play, will straight kill you or stab you. So are the people with the short sentences. I had people that when I'd get into trouble in there, they say, Frog, just go home. You're running around like you got a life sentence, bruh. Because a lot of people who got life that are frustrated are doing exactly what I said I would do. They're getting it out of their system as soon as they get in there. So to everybody else, it looks like they give zero fucks and they're running around stabbing, robbing, doing whatever they have to do. They're being an active inmate, you know what I'm saying? An active convict, you know, doing this type of shit to make their time go by, you know? And at the end of the day, you got lifers that will take your life, you feel me? But then you got people who have a year, 5 months left on their sentence that will take your life as well. You see what I'm saying? So it isn't just the lifers that will kill people. There's more people in there that don't have life that kill people than lifers that kill people. You see what I'm saying? And that's the crazy part, because it's people are just running around, it's just bananas. People are just running around all crazy. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the most messed up part about doing time with a lifer, okay, it isn't scary. It isn't like, oh man, let me straighten up, this guy's got a life sentence, he might kill me. None of that's ever came to my mind, because I know if I'm pushed, I know I'll kill also. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, in my mind, I know I don't give a damn if he had 5 life sentences. That shit don't scare me none. I'm not gonna think, oh bro, he don't care about me, bro, he'll leave me here, he'll kill me here, bro, because he ain't going home ever. Some people that ain't got that much time will do the same thing. You feel me? That's why you never judge a book by the cover, because you're going to be looking at some people that have life, and you're going to go in there and you're going to think, damn, he'll kill me in here because he's got life. You're judging the book by the cover. Really, he's soft. He's not living like that. You feel me? He isn't going to do that. He will not do that. But your mind thinks he will because he's never going home. Same as if you go in there thinking they won't do that. You're judging the book by the cover. Man, he ain't finna kill me, bro. I ain't worried about that, bro. I don't give a damn. He got life. And then he do kill you or try to kill you. You see? So you can't never judge a book because you never really know. Everybody is different. You see what I'm saying? But the one thing that I will say that like hits the hardest when it comes to being locked up with a lifer is the cool ones that you get to know, and then when you're getting out. You know, you got to leave them behind. You know, you'll 9 times out of 10 never see them again in your life unless you go back to prison and unless you land where they're at. Or if, of course, they appeal, you know, their sentence. To me, you know, it's a messed up feeling, because it's like, you know, if you've been locked up with somebody and you're cool with them and shit, and then they're getting out. Right? You know it sucks, right? Like if you got a homeboy that's getting released right now, he's EOSing. This is the end of his sentence, you feel me? And the next thing you know, you're still in there. You're like, damn, you're happy to see your dog go home, you feel me? But at the same time, you feel like shit because you're like, damn, you're the one being left behind, right? That's a sucky feeling. That sucks, you know, that you're the one left behind. Your dog getting released, you know, shit finna feel different. You know, at the end of the day, you can't do nothing about it. It's his time to go. He did his bid, you know, and you're on your way. It's a totally different feeling, though, when you got to leave a lifer behind. When you got homeboys, like I'd say 6 people that I still send letters to, Christmas cards and shit like that. I'll send some bread, different things here and there. 6 of them that are in prison, that I met in prison, that are lifers. Some of the most coolest down-to-earth people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you know, this is why I say, not everybody that commits a crime, you know, is evil to me. You feel me? Because some people have the good you know, motive and reason behind committing their crime. You see what I'm saying? And you'll meet people like that. You'll meet the most down-to-earth person, someone that you feel like really wouldn't hurt nobody, or unless he had to, or he obviously was pushed a bunch of times. They hit that button over and over and over and over and over again, trying to bring something out of them, and then they just took it a little too far. You see, like, not saying every lifer's cool and every lifer's not, but you got to understand there's some people out there that are cool regardless the time they got in prison. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the people with sex charges or chomos or anything like that, of course. But I'm saying like people who've killed but had a good reason behind killing. You see what I'm saying? And leaving them behind, it's like they've seen so many people come and go. You know what I'm saying? They've seen so many people come and go, come and go, come and go. And that's the reason why a lot of people that have life carry theirself more serious and carry themselves with the mindset to where they don't want to look friendly. They want to look like they don't take no shit, and they want to act like they'll kill you, because in all reality, they're tired of getting attached. You feel me? They're tired of getting attached and cool with people and watching them people leave over and over and over again. Even though they're happy for them, that's their dogs. It's not like they're hating or they're upset that they're the ones leaving, that it should be them, or they're jealous. No, it's like they know their life's most likely done for. You know what I'm saying? They're not like everybody else on the compound. When everybody on the compound gets that money slip at the end of the month, you know what I'm saying? And then you get the shit that shows your game time days, how many days you got. And it shows your date up there in that corner over and over again every month to let you know what your date's at now. Theirs never changes. Theirs is like 12/9/999999999. You know, like it's like infinity nines. You know what I'm saying? That's literally, you know, so people like that feel bad as far as like watching people come and go over and over and over again. So instead, they rather just block everything off instead of trying to be cool, you feel me, with people, because they know they're just gonna come and go, come and go, come and go. And it makes sense, because at the end of the day, you don't want to always start fresh with new people, right? But if they keep bringing people around you, and these people got 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, then what? You can't help that the people you're cool with got a smaller bid than you, you know? You can't look at it like that, but you can know that this fun time and this shit that's going on to help this time fly, it's got a, you know, expiration date on it, because they're about to go home. You know what I'm saying? And anything is shorter than the life sentence. So it's like, even if you got 10 years, 10 years is a long time. Don't get me wrong. But to a lifer, it ain't. A lifer would be happy with 25 years. Believe it or not. 25 years is a long time. But a lifer doesn't know what it feels like to have a date, like a release date. You see what I'm saying? They have no date. That date is infinity. You feel me? So 25 years is better than no date at all, because at least you know one day you will get out. You have a date to keep your mind on, you know, that you know will like eventually come. And if you don't keep your mind on it and you just do the time, wait for it to come, next thing you know, you'll look, bam, 25, bam, I knocked 7 out. Bam, I knocked out another 10. Boom, knocked out another 5. You see? And then next thing you know, boy, you're on the countdown. But when you're a lifer, these lifers, there is no date to look forward to at all. No matter how much your mind is off of the time, it's never getting any closer. Your exit's never getting any closer. You see what I'm saying? And to me, being around these people, you got to take the good with the good and the bad with the bad, because you can learn from a lifer. You know what I'm saying? You can learn just by paying attention to one of them without even speaking to them. You can learn how most likely you will feel if you don't slow down and you catch a life sentence from still committing crimes. You can learn that by studying lifers. You see what I'm saying? Now, when they got life path dorms that are meant strictly for people that got life, when you see them people coming in and out and walking across the pound, their dorms, and you observe them, you'll see all different types of characters. You'll see ones that are laughing, ones that are serious, ones that are like sticking to themselves. Like you'll be able to peep, you know, the characters, and you'll see they're doing the same exact shit that dorm over there, that's general population is doing, or that dorm over there. You know, everybody there, it's the same. It's just a lot of them be older dudes. You know, it's very rare that you'll see a young dude that's got life in life path. You know what I'm saying? And they get treated way better than regular inmates, believe it or not, for those that didn't know that. Okay, the life path people, they get treated way better than everybody else. I've told this before in videos that when you walk inside their dorm, like let's use Charlotte for instance. When you walk inside a life path where Charlotte's at, it's a butterfly dorm. So when you walk in, you got a quad, a quad, a quad, a quad. So it looks like the wings of a butterfly. Every single wall, cell door, and everything is painted. Looks like a jungle. Like they literally got trees and monkeys and lions and giraffes and snakes and different shit painted over the entire wall. All the cells blend in with the paintings. No matter which quad you go to, it's all painted. Real nice looking. You feel me? And they're treated different because they got AC. You feel me? We didn't have AC in any of our dorms. You see what I'm saying? And it's to the point to where, like, when you go to bring an inmate over there or carry their property, the guards yell over the intercom, put their stuff down right there. They don't let people from outside the compound inside there. Not even inside the Sally Port. They say, okay, thanks for carrying his shit over here with him. Y'all put it down, walk back to your dorm. And then you walk off, and then they make him pick his stuff up and buzz him in, and then he can go in there himself. You see what I'm saying? I got lucky enough to where there was a female guard I was cool with. She popped the door and let me in. That's how I was able to see what it was like. And then I stole their dice from their Monopoly game. Because we don't got Monopoly on the pound. You know what I'm saying? But I stole their dice so that way we didn't have to use fake dice. You see what I'm saying? And then they put memos up on all the canteen windows and everywhere. If you're caught with the dice, it's mandatory box time. Mandatory DR. And everybody that knew me was like, boy, Frog got them dice. And then I started renting them out to people. I charged them to rent them, and then they'd go gamble with them. But they had to pay me to use them. You see what I'm saying? But it was like they got a different life. You know what I'm saying? There's some of them that, you know, all hopes are over with. You know, they don't look at it like, one day I'll get out. No, there's a bunch of them that literally just lay down. That's it. They literally just laid down. No more legal mail. No more going to law library trying to find a loophole in their case. No more trying to get back out there to their family. None of that. They just straight, this is it. They just gave up. You feel me? And that's where a lot of people mess up at. People that get a lot of time, they'll mess up because they feel like, oh, I'll just appeal it when I get up the road. When I go to prison, I'm going to appeal it. And then when they go to prison, they start running around getting into stuff. And then they keep postponing their appeal. They keep like worrying about what's going on today rather than trying to get back into court to give some of their time back. And next thing you know, 5 years went by. And then next thing you know, you start the appeal process now because you finally just started putting in for it. It takes another 5 to 8 years for them to probably hear you to bring you in there. So now you done did fucking 12 to 13 years probably by the time, you know what I'm saying? And then now they bring you to court. They bring you back down. Bam. So now by the time you get heard, you know, you're in the county jail back where you caught your time 2 years, 3 years. So now by the time you come back, done been 17 years. You see, that's why it feels like so long because people prolong it while they're in prison. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of lifers just straight throw in the towel. They just straight, that's it. You'll see people, when they go around and they hand out them slips with people's release date on it, you'll see people get theirs and just ball it up and just throw, they don't even look at it because they'll be playing a card game. Like this. Guard comes around, hands out all their little things. As they're playing cards, boom. They'll grab that bitch, don't even take their eyes off their cards. Boom, ball that bitch up, boom, throw it in there. Go back to playing. Like, you know, they know that's their life. They already done tuned it in, like this is what it is. Like, just straight up. I would look at that shit like, it sucks. You know, but at the end of the day, it's a reminder. you know, to let you know, try to give your time back if you can. If you can't, then it's understandable, you know, but do something to get your mind off the time. And I feel like how lifers don't want to be friendly because they don't want to get attached to people who go home soon. I feel like when you're having fun and when you're around people with good spirits, you know, I feel like your time flies like this. So I'd look at it like, instead of me looking at them like they're just using me for my time while they're here, I got life. You know, I look at it like the more short-timing people you come across that you're cool with, that you have a good time hanging out with, that's making your time fly by, man. Being a lifer, you might as well, if this is who you hang out with, you know they all go home, you know, you might as well make the most of it while you can. Because at the end of the day, when it all settles and the smoke clears, you're going to be the one left here. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like I wouldn't be like, oh, I ain't trying to get friendly with bro because he's a short timer. No, I ain't trying to get attached to nobody, man. That's finna. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? You know, you might as well hang out. And then when he goes home, you got another dog, hang out. When he goes home, you got another dog, hang out. You hang out. And next thing you know, you're never alone because you got homeboys. You feel me? That's how I think a lot of people should do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I said, having fun and having people that are good vibes, good spirits, make your time go by rather than secluding yourself, boxing yourself away from everybody else, upset and angry because they go home. I mean, don't be mad, you know, because they got another chance. You know, you had chances yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's easier said than done, you feel me? Because I'm not a lifer. So I understand it's not that easy to accept when you're the one that's a lifer, you feel me? But I just wanted to make this video to let y'all know what it's like when you come across lifers in prison, like how it is doing time with them, you feel me? A lot of people always ask me that. And I can tell a lot of people that ask it are people that like don't really know that down here in Florida, we're all thrown together, you know? So it's not like they clear the way for all the other inmates when the lifers come, or the lifers are secluded on the road side of the pound. No. That Life Path dorm I was telling you about, it's on the same side of the pound as all the other dorms, and it's like right in the middle of all of our dorms. So they're out on the pound walking around just like we are. They just sleep on their own. They all sleep in Life Path. But it's older lifers. You see what I'm saying? You still got younger lifers. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people that are running around with 200 years, 300 years that don't have a life sentence though. You feel me? So it's like, what do you think's worse? You think it'd be worse to have 100 years, or you think it'd be worse to have a life sentence? I'm gonna be real with you. I know I'm not living 100 years, you know? But the 100 years don't seem as bad as a life sentence. Because a life sentence, there is no date. 100 years, you still see that date. You get out in 100 years. And then when it comes to appealing, you may be able to shave some off. You know what I'm saying? Just like you may be able to give your life sentence back. But it's still kind of hard to give your life sentence back. Because you could give your life sentence back and then they can give you 100 years. You see what I'm saying? All depends on how it goes. But anyways, if you ever been locked up and you did time with a lifer, or if it's different where you're from, if the lifers are secluded, like in a different area, drop it in the comments, man. Let people know where you're from and let them know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I speak from about Florida, how it is in Florida. You see what I'm saying? And I want to make this known before I wrap this video up, that lifers share cells with regular inmates, okay, down here in Florida, unless you're in Life Path. You see what I'm saying? You literally can have a lifer as a bunkie. For real. And y'all's charges could be totally different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can just match each other, you know what I'm saying? To where y'all can go in the same room. Whether it's with the weight, whether it's with, you know, like your custody level. Even though he's a lifer, you know, you might have a serious charge. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to be like that. You know, it could just be, you could be in there for 3 years. He could have a life sentence. You could be in there for dealing with stolen property or Grand Theft Auto or something like that, and he could be in there for murder. They will put you in the same cell. There is nothing holding them back from you being in there with somebody like that. And I want people to know that. So don't think if you got short time, you'll only be around people with short time. They even have lifers at work camps down here in the state of Florida. Okay? They, you know what I'm saying? Like literally. Like lifers that are literally work at minimum custody places. For real. And you think of it like, that's flight risk. You feel me? It is. But that person's been good the whole time they were in prison. And they know their life in prison is never going to get any better than what they got right there, being at that work camp. They would never run, never try to risk that where they're at, because from there, once their custody jumps, it may take them 20 more years just to get back to where they can go to a work camp. You see what I'm saying? So you never really know how it is. You feel me? You got lifers that literally can work and do certain things, you know, because they've stayed out of trouble. Kind of like in the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. You see how they eventually they got put to where it was kind of like work camp. They were working for the people at their house and stuff like that. They literally have that in Florida. You might drive down the street and see people on the side of the road picking shit up, weed eating in the swamp water with mud up to their knees, got mud boots on. And you never know, 2 of them can be lifers. 3 of them can be lifers. You feel me? But it'll never get any better for them. So of course they're not really a flight risk, because they mess up, you know, they're back inside the compound, behind the gate, behind the doors. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by being around a lifer is the same as being around somebody who's got a small sentence. Everybody's thrown in there together. You'll never really know. You feel what I'm saying? But if it's different where you're from and you're somebody that did time, drop it in the comments section. Everybody will be glad to read it just like I am. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to the next video. Can't wait till 2023 comes, man. We got a lot ahead of us, y'all. A lot ahead of us, okay? Anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers, lying-ass people off YouTube. Keep them out your circle, man. Shit eaters, bottom feeders, sucker fishes. They like sucker fishes, man. Keep them all out your circle, man. Straight up. Until next time, this the one and only. You already know I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.